Imagine a remote village, maybe 100 years ago. Life's a real struggle for the young farmers there.
Day in, day out.
Exactly. But out of that grind, they create something. Well, extraordinary.
Farmers entertainment, right? Something bigger.
Much bigger. A whole groundbreaking artistic movement.
It's a story that really makes you think, doesn't it? About what's possible, even when things are tough.
Totally. So today, we're doing a deep dive into Wakabakai. Ever heard of them?
Japan's first farmers' theater group. An amazing story.
Founded by this visionary, Tomoyuki Yasumoto, in Ukiha City, Fukuoka Prefecture.
Right.
And our mission really is to uncover the surprising facts, the big ambitions.
And that legacy, which is kind of bittersweet, but still echoes today, a century later.
Definitely. So what are we working with? Sources?
Well, we've really dug into quite a bit. There are official documents from Ukiha City itself.
Okay, government record.
Yeah. And some really insightful interviews with local historians, people who know the area.
Oh, that's good. First-hand perspectives.
Well, descendants and researchers, yeah. Plus, detailed news reports from back then and more recently. We've tried to pull out the really key takeaways for you.
Great. So let's set the scene. Ukiha City, 100 years ago. What was it like?
Okay, so picture southeastern Fukuoka. You've got the Minu Mountains to the south and the big Chikugo River flowing north. It's quite geographically rich.
And that geography mattered, didn't it?
Absolutely. It shaped everything. You had these super fertile rice paddies down in the flatlands.
Right.
Then fruit orchards starting up in the foothills.
Okay.
And then higher up in the mountains, you'd find terraced rice fields, forests, a real mix.
And just for context, the Ukiha City we know today, that's newer, right?
Yeah, that was formed in 2005. A merger of Ukiha Town and Yoshi Town.
And it's known for, well, nature and history now.
Yeah.
Forest therapy, preserved buildings.
Exactly. It's got that forest therapy-based status in these lovely old districts like Chikugo Yoshi. So, yeah, history and nature are big themes there.
But we need to rewind. Back 100 years, Yamaharu Village.
Right. And the key thing here is isolation. I mean, really isolated.
How isolated are we talking?
Get this. A popular song from Tokyo. It apparently took 3 years.
3 years?
3 years to reach what they called the inner part of Kyushu. Just think about that information lag.
Wow. That really changes how you see things.
Yeah.
And life was tough for the young farmers there, especially in Yamaharu.
Yeah, particularly harsh compared to, say, nearby Yoshi. They were just ground down by the work.
No fun, no outlets.
Pretty much. Exhausted, nothing to really look forward to. So problems arose. Drinking, staying out late, that kind of thing.
Understandable, maybe, but not sustainable.
Yeah.
So how do you change that?
Well, that's where Tomoyuki Yasumoto comes in. He's the central figure for Wakabakai.
Okay.
But his main job, his profession, was actually medicine. He was an obstetrician.
An obstetrician? Starting a theater group, that's what I expected.
Highly skilled, too. Apparently, he could perform C-sections, which was incredibly rare back then.
Really? So people would travel to see him?
Exactly. Drew patients from all over. And think about the responsibility. Operating alone, often, with much more basic technology.
That must have built incredible trust with the villagers.
Absolutely profound trust, which, becomes important later.
There's something else about him, though, isn't there? Something personal.
Yeah, a really poignant detail. He had heart valve disease.
Oh, wow.
Contracted it playing tennis back in medical school. So he was often told his life expectancy was short.
Like, how short?
Well, one story is, before his second marriage to Mitsuru, he told her something like, I might only have 10 years.
And she still married him.
She did. Bravely accepted it. It adds this layer, doesn't it? This sense of urgency, maybe.
Definitely. Knowing his time might be limited.
Yeah.
You can see why he'd pour himself into something meaningful.
Right. So these struggling young farmers, they go to him, they seek his advice.
Looking for what? Purpose? A way out?
Probably all of that.
Yeah.
And his solution, it wasn't what you'd expect. He suggested shingeki.
Shingeki. New plays.
Yeah, new style plays. But not just for fun. He saw it as a way for their emotional refinement and intellectual improvement.
Wow. So upliftment, not just distraction.
Exactly. Give them purpose, a creative outlet, something genuinely engaging. It was quite a vision.
And did it work? Did they go for it?
They did. It took off fast. Wakabakai started small, just 7 members.
Okay.
Then grew to 20, then eventually around 40 people.
40 people. That's a big group for a village troupe.
And not just actors. They had people doing lighting, sound, the whole technical side.
In a farming village 100 years ago? That's incredible, building a full tech setup.
It really speaks volumes about their commitment, doesn't it?
And the plays themselves.
Yeah.
They weren't simple local stories.
Not at all. This is where it gets really impressive. They were doing cutting-edge shingeki.
Like what?
Well, foreign scripts? Anton Chekhov, the Russian playwright?
Chekhov, seriously.
Seriously, and works by Japanese novelists like Sumiyoshi no Koji. They were really researching this stuff.
How did they even access that material, being so isolated?
That's a great question. They even referenced theories from France, like Romain Rolland's ideas on people's theater.
Romain Rolland.
Yeah.
So they were looking internationally for inspiration.
It seems so. It shows a really advanced level of theatrical study for a group like that, in that place, at that time.
And they found an audience?
Oh, yes. They started performing upstairs in Yasumoto's hospital, believe it or not.
In the hospital.
But they quickly outgrew that. They started drawing huge crowds in bigger towns.
Like where? How big?
Places like Hita in Oita Prefecture and Kurume back in Fukuoka. And we're talking audiences of like 1,000 people.
1,000 people watching farmers perform Chekhov.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it, the impact they were having.
So they're successful, drawing crowds. What's next? They must have been ambitious.
Incredibly ambitious. Their next big idea, building their own dedicated theater.
Wow. Okay, that is ambitious for a village group. What kind of theater?
Not just any theater. It was designed based on ancient Greek circular theaters.
Greek theaters, like an amphitheater.
Exactly. Specifically using ideas from Romain Rolland, again, his people's theater concept.
Okay, how did that work?
The audience sits on stone steps looking down onto the stage. Sort of like a mini Roman Colosseum. Very unique.
Who designed something like that? Yasumoto?
Yasumoto was involved, yes. But also a key figure was Muichi Ide.
Ide. Who was he?
He was the son of another doctor, actually, but became a painter and a school teacher, and apparently a huge admirer of Yasumoto.
So, two minds, both researching French models.
Right. They really put thought into this design.
And how did they actually build it? It sounds like a massive undertaking. Stone steps.
It was, and this is where the community spirit really shines. It wasn't just wakabakai.
No.
Around 330 villagers pitched in.
330.
Yeah.
While still doing their own demanding farm work.
Yep. They joined forces, shaping the stones, stacking them painstakingly. Imagine the effort.
That level of collective buy-in is amazing.
Yeah.
So they finish it. This incredible circular theater.
They do. It's completed in October 1925. That's Taisho 14 in the Japanese calendar.
Okay, so the dream is realized. They have their stage.
Ah, but here's the twist. The really tragic part of the story.
Oh, no. What happened?
Wakabakai. They never actually got to perform there, not once.
Never. After all that work. Why not?
Yasumoto. His heart condition finally caught up with him. He passed away just about a year after the theater was finished.
Oh, wow. In 1927.
Yes, 1927. He was only 37 or 38.
So young. And he was the driving force, wasn't he?
Completely. His leadership was gone. The heart of the group just stopped beating, essentially.
So the theater, it just sat empty.
Well, they held an opening ceremony there, the Kaidoshiki.
Okay, what did that involve?
It wasn't plays. It was sumo wrestling, apparently, put on by local youth groups.
Sumo?
Huh.
But no wakabakai performances?
No. And the group itself, Wakabakai, it officially disbanded the following year, 1928. That was the end of its active run.
That is heartbreaking. All that vision, all that community effort for a stage that never saw its intended players.
Exactly. It became the silent monument. And then for decades, it was almost forgotten. Forgotten. The whole structure.
Pretty much buried in history, as they say. Until quite recently, actually.
What happened?
In 2015, they were expanding the local roadside station Ukiha.
Okay.
And during the construction, they excavated it, dug it up, and found it was almost perfectly preserved, the original form largely intact.
Wow. So it was rediscovered, just waiting there.
Amazing, isn't it? A tangible piece of that dream, unearthed.
Looking back at Yasumoto himself, despite the illness, the family pressures you mentioned, a forced divorce, interrupted studies.
Yeah, he faced a lot of constraints.
It seems those 4 years, roughly 1923 to 27, when he was leading Wakabakai, that was maybe his moment.
It really feels like it. Sources talk about it as his human liberation, his greatest joy, a time when he could truly pursue his passion.
It makes his early death even more poignant.
It does. And, you know, there's an interesting parallel figure in Japanese history that comes to mind.
Oh, yeah. Who's that?
Kenji Miyazawa, the famous poet and author.
Miyazawa. Right. How do they compare? Well, the similarities are quite striking, actually. Both died young at 37.
Both at 37. Wow.
Both battled illness. Miyazawa had recurring pneumonia, Yasumoto his heart condition,
Okay.
and both were deeply committed to sort of uplifting rural culture, promoting farmers' culture or farmers' art in their own ways, in their own regions.
That's fascinating. Two contemporaries, same age at death, similar missions. Any key differences?
A major one is recognition. Yasumoto, with Wakabakai, achieved quite a bit of fame during his lifetime. Remember those audiences of 1,000.
But he's known.
Miyazawa, on the other hand, his fame really came after his death. He wasn't widely recognized while he was alive.
That really highlights how remarkable Wakabakai's contemporary success actually was.
It does. It wasn't just a local curiosity.
So this legacy, this rediscovered theater,
Yeah.
how is it being remembered and celebrated now, a century on?
Well, there was a big 100th anniversary event just recently, November 23rd, 2023.
Held at the theater, the restored one.
Yes, at the Outdoor Circular Theater, and that date is significant too. November 23rd was traditionally, Ninamse, the Harvest Festival. And it was the exact date the original opening ceremony, the Kairoshiki with the sumo, was held 100 years before.
That's a beautiful connection. Tying the past to the present. What happened at the event?
It was quite varied. There was a rakugo performance that's comedic storytelling
Right.
by Fukiore Fukio, who's actually from Ukiha and is a city ambassador.
Nice local connection.
Yeah, and a creative play put on by citizens called Rondo Around the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Plus, fifth graders from the local Yamaharu Elementary School did a learning presentation about the history.
Getting the next generation involved, that's great.
And adding to the sense of continuity, Yasumoto's grandson, Kazumi, was actually there.
His grandson. Wow. The family legacy continues.
It really felt like a full circle moment, and the commemoration isn't over.
No. What else is happening?
There's a special exhibition running for quite a while, actually, at the Yoshi History and Folklore Museum.
Okay.
It started January 4th, 2025, and goes right through to December 28th, 2025.
A whole year. What's in it?
Precious historical materials, many donated by Yasumoto's own descendants. Photos, documents.
A real treasure trove for anyone interested.
Yeah, definitely. And there's also a panel exhibition more focused on Wakabakai's history at Ukihako.
Ukihako, that's the tourist info place at the roadside station
Yeah.
near the theater.
Exactly. So you can see detailed documents and old photos there too. Really helps visualize the whole story.
It's just such a powerful story, isn't it? Resilience, art, community ambition against the odds.
It really is a testament to what people can do even with limited resources, but a strong vision.
So when you think about this tale, this village, this visionary doctor, this theater group, what does it reveal to you about how culture starts or why we pursue joy or how a dream can echo even if, well, it wasn't fully realized in its original form?
Yeah, that unrealized aspect is key. And maybe it's also about leadership, you know? How Yasumoto's personal vulnerability, his illness, maybe created that urgency, that trust that allowed this incredible pioneering thing to happen, even if it was cut short.
That's a really interesting point, the vulnerability fueling the vision.
Which leads to a final thought, perhaps. That circular theater, it stands there today. It never hosted a Wakabakai play.
Right. A monument to potential. Almost.
Exactly. So what does it mean for a building, a structure to be a legacy, not for the events that happened inside it, but purely for the dream it represented, the passion that built it? And how can that still inspire a community a whole century later?